Hey y'all, this is your girl Koi from A Ray of Gratitude, your light bright here to talk about chakras and this full moon energy. So this time around where I'm recording this, we are entering into a full moon on Aries. Now Aries is that go-getter, fiery energy and lives by the mantra, I am. I am because I am, or you can look at it as I am because we are. So I did the reading as I'm doing this recording. I already did the reading, and I just feel that we're in this middle state of trying to bridge that gap in between our goals, because this is just for me, and our goals because this is helping the greater good. It's about figuring out what success means for you and only you. It's about figuring out, where are you really going back to why, your reason on why, your passion, your effervescence. Just that energy of determination. That's a good word to say that. And finding your truth, digging a little bit deeper. I know this whole year, to me at least, a lot of my readings felt like I kept saying dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper. But there are some roots there that we need to look at, and we need to understand, what are we really standing on? What are our beliefs that we're standing on? Are they shaky? Are they solid? Or are they old and rotted? You know what I mean? So this time around, we really should figure out how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to others, and figuring out ways that we love ourselves and act in a way that respects that. So if you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe. Please check the links below as well. I have products that really help us with knowledge of self and really just going deeper into the feels, because our emotions are the biggest blocks we have when it comes to creating. And check out my events. Please sign up for those that are interested. Dates will be coming soon. And if you'd like to book a reading, you know what to do. Check out the links below. Let's get to this reading. What is going on? What energy is being illuminated during this full moon energy? So as I'm recording, we're already in this full moon energy. Many times the full moon energy is like a 6-day window, but the most potent energy of the full moon is right on the 20th, all right? So we have here impatience. So I don't think I really want to read the story for this one, but this is the throat chakra. And this story talks about this guy moving the moon because he didn't have enough patience for it to go down or whatnot. And it wasn't listening to spirit. This is the spirit guide here telling him, like, no, don't do that. Have patience, young grasshopper. And the guy was like, screw that. I had enough patience here. I'm going to do my own thing. And I forget what it resulted in. But how does this relate with the throat chakra, right? The throat chakra talks about truth. Let me get 2 cards, though, first, so we can see further into this energy of the throat chakra. And patience, sometimes we can't get to the truth because we might really just not know, might not know our intentions, might not know what we're dealing with from other people because they may be withholding truth, But there's a need to be patient enough within yourself and within spirit to know, like, all right, the truth always comes to light, right? And during the full moon, many times the full moon illuminates things that have been in the dark, that have been hidden. Yeah, let's take that one out. Oh, goodness gracious. There's a lot of things that have been hidden. There's a lot of things that have been hidden. Goodness gracious. So, That one fell down. I need one more spread. And I don't know if for many of you, please comment and let me know. But like, I feel like a lot of us have been feeling a lot of anxious energy because it's like, what do I do next? Like we're pretty much wrapping up the last quarter of this year, and this year has been a doozy. It's been, oh goodness, I know no one really wants to hear this, but it's been like, what do I do now? I've been trying to get right. I've been trying to listen to myself. I've been trying to follow my truth along this journey, trying to dig deeper, because I'm more than likely, if you found this channel, you're on this healing journey. If you don't know you're on a healing journey, you're on a wellness journey. You want to better your well-being, and you're trying to figure things out, because that's what I'm all about. That's what A Ray of Gratitude is all about, and that's what I want to attract. If you feel that you're not about any of this, I need you to ask, what made you come towards this channel? You know what I'm saying? So we have surrender and we have gift here. So I'm actually going to put this here, because this is something that I feel that, all right, I'm understanding what's going on here. So the throat chakra, right, is all about finding your truth, being truth, expressing from a truthful place, knowing that you are, because we are, that I am. And this is about security within yourself as well. So when I said, there are ways that your chakras connect with other chakras and whatnot. There's small chakras right here that affect others that are like just really out of imbalance, right? But being impatient, right? One thing for sure is allowing yourself the time and the space to be in the present moment and trust each step that you take is going to go towards and reach your goal. And then when you've tried everything under the sun or the moon, there's a need for you to allow spirit to come through and really help you surrender to that, because there's so many bigger things that are happening below the surface that you have no idea. Just like how we're looking here, the way that they made this allows us to see these big gigantic whales, but many times people don't even realize that this big creature came up to the surface for a certain moment in time. They have this rhythm with themselves that they come up to the surface from way down under for a certain reason that I don't really know right now. I can't really tell y'all, but I do know this. I do remember reading that they do come up to the surface, because they have their biological clock to do something, you know what I mean? And this is the thing here. Everything has its rhythm naturally within the universe. And when we're not aligned on our path, on our journey, within ourselves and within our own truth, many times we kind of distort our rhythm, enforcing things, and we miss our timing. So then we have to wait and have more patience for the other cycle to come around, because what goes up does come down. What's going on around you also is a reflection of what's going on within you. So there's a need for you to align with that. When you align with the inner and the outer truths, right? Knowing what you want, knowing your goals, right? And being aligned enough with it that you believe that you understand that, and you see clearly, right? Because your expression with this also is bringing clarity too. Because if you notice, the next chakra is the mind's eye, your third chakra, and that helps you understand what your truth is within you first and foremost. Because when you understand clearly what your truth is within you, your truth doesn't have to be pretty and whatever. It can look like crap, right? Your truth could be that you're lying to yourself and you're chasing after a false sense of success, right? But when you can actually see that and acknowledge that and be present enough to be like, okay, and accept that, like, all right, this is what I'm doing. How do we transform that, right? How do we say, all right, I don't want to believe this anymore. I want to direct my intentions towards something else so I can align and be with what's truly my heart's desire. What's truly spirit trying to show me too, because a lot of times our wants are not our needs. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we need to look within too, because I was just talking about integrity. You know, many times you don't really know what you want, but if you do know what you really want, if you do know what your purpose is, if you do know and have faith within yourself and understanding within yourself and that balance to look within so you can actually meet those goals outwardly, you'll know that the integrity is doing something that you believe in, that you feel is right for you, and not caring about what other people are thinking. You know, and that's where the truth really lies for you. So let's dig in. Let's dig in a little bit more. I'm going to pull a card that's more of your shadow card, that, you know, some things that are happening on the inner part, possibly subconscious, more than likely, because that's what your shadows are. Oh, things just want to fall. Okay. And let's pull a card, one card for what needs to be brought to light so you can transform this energy. So I'll talk about it once all the cards come out, but this one here is the shadow side. I don't know if 20 resonates with anybody, that number, but it's downcast pride. And then this one here is my lovely gratitude. I had 2 cards. To love yourself means to be in touch with how you feel and act in a way that respects it. This is going towards truth here. See, because one thing for sure is you find your truth. Your throat chakra is a bridge from your heart to your mind. Like literally your throat is right above that heart chakra. And the things that you get, especially from your crown chakra, that comes from spirit, right? And you start understanding and understanding what your truths are, your mind and your heart align. And that's when you can walk in symmetry, in find serendipity, you know what I mean? Instead of feeling misaligned, feeling down boggled by just craziness, right? So let's do this. We're going to talk about what needs to be illuminated right now for the collective. And if you resonate, please let me know. I love comments. Y'all just don't comment enough, and I really want y'all to comment. What needs to be released right now during this full moon and how we're going to transform it, right? So let's do, yep. And let's do one more. Okay. I'm just going to clarify this. Let's clarify this energy, y'all. Alright, I think that's 30. And y'all saw how that just flipped up. I'll take it. I'll take it. I didn't really want it to be like that, but I'll take it. Let's do it like this. Can y'all see? Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of us have been like really like waiting for things to change, right? And sometimes when we talk about patience, we're like, okay, let's just sit and wait, you know. It's almost like be patient for Santa to bring you the gifts. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what's going on, but it's Christmas and Santa comes and brings you the gifts. So you have to be patient. You have to be a good boy and girl, right? But that's not what patience is about. Okay. Patience is about figuring out where your faith lies, figuring out what your belief system is, right? and aligning to that and marching to that drum, marching to the beat of your own drum, down that line, down that journey, down that destination to meet and match your goals. Because one thing for sure, like downcast pride, I kind of feel like sometimes some of us may be ashamed of certain things that people like, that you desire, even like, you know, people may have told you like, oh, you know, especially like, you know, this is a channel of the creative souls. As an artist, right? No matter if you're a musician, a painter, a sculptor, many times, especially where I come from, all right? Let's just, let me let my hair down for a second. Especially from coming from the ghetto, coming from a place that doesn't really have or breed much opportunity, because let's face it, how society does not really, isn't that open with bringing opportunities to places with low income, you know, poor areas. And, you know, many times people will be like, oh, there's so much information on the internet and stuff. Like, it's up to you. Yes, it is, right? But sometimes, just like when we're doing this type of work of releasing, right? Sometimes we need to actually know what we need to release. You can't just be like, oh, let things go, right? You know, that used to really get on my nerves, especially in the beginning of my healing journey. You got to let it go. I don't know what to let go. I don't know. You know, like, yes, I want to let go of negative stuff, but I don't really, certain things are so subconscious that we don't really know what we're holding on to that's negative. You know, we don't really know our negative thought patterns that are self-sabotaging us from growing into greatness. And we're walking around here misaligned because we have these truths that somebody else, Tom, Dick, and Harry, told us is a truth, but it doesn't align with us. You know, I don't know why I want to say this because I'm not a doctor, y'all, but it's almost kind of like someone trying to tell me that cauliflower is healthy. Apples are healthy. They are. But let's go deeper into this truth. If you're in balance with certain hormones within your body and all this stuff, those fruits and vegetables may not be the truth for you right now. They may actually be causing inflammation, and inflammation in your body can lead to disease. How do I know this? Because guess what? I got a test for things that are, what am I allergic to with my body and this and that. And see, if I wouldn't had asked somebody, I wouldn't had known what type of a test to understand what is this. And then I would have been walking around here, and this is actually personal to me. I was eating some things that I thought was healthy, because actually there are many vegetables that are healthy. But sometimes within our body, it's not healthy. Sometimes we're allergic to it. Sometimes we're temporarily allergic to it, and sometimes we're just plain out allergic to it always, and we just can't eat that, right? And I could be listening to doctors all day, every day. My personal health experience, past 5 years, I've been listening to certain doctors that have not been telling me certain things. But if I didn't look within, if I didn't connect with spirit, if I didn't trust my intuition to connect with certain other people, that sounds like, I think this sounds right. This feels right. I'm going to dig deeper on that. You know what I mean? Then I would never known. And this is, I'm just saying all that to say, everybody's truth is not yours. There are some truths that are collective truths, you know, universal truths, but there's also truths within you that connect to the universal truth in a different way than Sally Sue or Shamika. Shout out to you, girl. I just want to say that if you're watching. Anywho, the names just flew out. But what I'm trying to say here is, let's take a look here. There's this issue of shame, because with shame at times, and guilt, it can just produce pride. You know what I mean? You may feel guilty. You may be ashamed to shine truth on what you feel guilty about or whatever. But pride keeps you stuck in a place that thinks that you're doing what's best for you when you're really not. You're really telling a lie about things. And I just can't help but to look like these kind of look like roots, right? But in a way they're floating. There's no sense of groundedness. You know, when you root something, that's a form of knowing that like you did a lot of work. You grounded into this energy and you know, like pretty much in the depths of what's going on. And this one, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm in the dark, just looking like, well, where are my roots going to take, you know, where are they going to ground into, right? Trying to figure it out. And I feel like the illumination here needs to start with understanding your emotions. The King of Cups, he's the king of cups, which represent emotions, not because he's just the king, because he's went through a lot with his emotions, and he's taken the time out, understanding and dug deep in the ocean to understand, all right, I know what this feels like. I know what this is. I may not have a word for it right now, but I know this feeling very well. And this feeling doesn't feel good. So there's a need for us collectively to really dig deeper, just like these whales. They live very deep down in the ocean, right? And they come up. I really have to, if somebody knows why they come up, but there's a reason why they come up to the surface. And it's not just to breathe and let that, you know, spout water out of that hole they have on top of their head. It's another reason. And I feel like I keep going back to that because I feel that we need to figure out what the reason is that makes us feel happy. You know, a lot of us have this definition of what success is. And many times it's what it should be from what, I don't know, society tells us. The people that run society. You know, the people that make commercials and celebrities and other things, like this is what success looks like. But it can look like numerous ways. Everybody doesn't have to be on TV to be successful. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't have to have a business to be successful. Everybody doesn't have to have a 9-to-5 salary job to be successful. Everybody doesn't have to go to college to be successful. You have to figure out what makes you happy in order to be successful. And what makes you happy is not what everybody does. It's not. And I'm feeling fiery and passionate right now because I know I've had to go through this numerous times myself. And, you know, sometimes this is the thing about belief systems. It's okay to change what you believe in. You don't have to always say, all right, this is what I believe in. Da, 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 da. Why do you believe in it? Dig deeper. Because this is where your roots grow. This is what's set in the soil. And sometimes we need to dig up the roots and replant new seeds. Sometimes. But other times we need to just stay sturdy and planted well in our roots and say, this is what I believe in and I'm not budging. You know, you're not going to make me sway at all about what I believe. But other times we do need to reevaluate our belief system and understand that through our emotions. You feel through what you believe in. Not because, oh, well, for 50 years they've been saying we've been doing this. No. Because this is what needs to be released here. There's something that there's a cycle coming around. And because the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, I do feel that you're in this cycle of understanding, digging up the roots and looking at them, looking and reevaluating the seeds that you planted so you can understand, like, is this balanced? Does my heart and mind really balance with this? Because a lot of us are trying to manifest things. It does not happen like, it only happens with you aligning with, what's that word? Do they say destiny or, there's a saying that, I don't know, destiny or good luck is when destiny and the right timing align or something. I know I'm chopping this up, y'all. But I'm saying that because many times we're misaligned with our gifts, right? We're misaligned with the goals that we're trying to meet. And sometimes you're just out here trying to meet a goal because Mr. Johnson told you that that's what's best for you. So you're like, okay, I think that's fine. And you know what I want to tell you? It's okay to change your mind. Like, if Mr. Johnson told you that this is good and you sat there and you reflected and you're like, you know what? I think that is good for me. And then you wind up going through certain things and you're like, you know what? I don't think that's good for me anymore. It's okay. But know that and understand, why do you feel that it's not good for you anymore? And the reasons that come up, is that a really valid choice within you? Do you feel that within your heart? Do you feel that within your mind? And do you feel that within your soul, that this is not for you anymore, to change that? Because many of us right here, we have been reaping a lot of our rewards, right? Especially with the Nine of Pentacles. 9 is a number of coming. It's a very sacred number because you're closing this chapter. And you're right at the door, basically. But you haven't quite turned the door. You haven't quite opened the door. You haven't quite went through the door. And I think right now there's a need for you to pause and, one, be grateful of what has happened already, right? What has happened in the past and what has gotten you to the present moment. Because to love yourself means to be in touch with how you feel and act in a way that respects it. Are you loving yourself? Are you making choices that you love? Are you choosing certain things that feel good for you? Are you choosing things, making choices that your future self will be happy about? Those are some questions that you can really ask yourself when you feel stuck about something and you're not quite sure. Because these are 2 6s, and 6 vibrates the energy of love. And I feel like, this is talking about your inner child and your adult self. Like, what would you give? What would you ask your future self to give you right now in this moment? That can actually help level things out and make you feel balanced and centered with the decisions and where you're going in the direction of your goals, of what you think success is. Not because of what society says success was, what you feel success is at this moment, at this present moment right now. Because this is about being present. Like, there's presents that are being given, right? And there's gifts here for you, but there's a need for you to really, one, be really grateful about where you came from. What journey you came from that got you here in this present moment. And then there's another present that can be revealed for you, because if you see this, she's kind of like withholding this. She's giving this, but she's not really giving that one. And I feel like there's something that's hidden for us, right? That we're trying to figure out and meet this other success. Meet this present, meet this future moment that we're trying to get to. But we have to be more aligned with the energy of love, the energy of self-love, respecting ourselves, not worrying about someone, wilding out for respect. No, forget those people. Because if you got to wild out for respect, these people don't really even understand you in the first place, or it's a waste of time right now to really get roused up for someone that can't really see your value and understand that you need to be respected. All right. I don't feel that you need to. Unfortunately, many times that I've understood people, it's like, I didn't think I need to tell you that I need to be respected. You know what I mean? But people come from all different walks of life, honestly. And sometimes, again, certain people's belief systems don't think that, this should be respected, or this is worthy or valued. Or sometimes people think, this is disrespectful because XYZ, and the communication is messed up. And that's another thing about your throat chakra, the communication, the truth, the authenticity. Where is that in your life right now? And is that in your journey towards success? Is it authentic to you? So let's close this with some messages from higher self. And wrap it up. These be long. God bless everybody that watches this towards the end, I really love how you rock out with me towards the end of the video. And I'm going to continue saying, please comment below and let me know what resonated with you, because I'm giving you a whole 30 minutes of my time to read and help you just speak certain words that can activate something within you that's like, maybe I should look at that. You know what I mean? So I love that when people do that for me. And this is actually something that I value within people that can do that for me. So I want to give that back, because I do know that this is a gift. And the gift is being present, but also being present and still enough to know that this is what's going on within you. Ashe. All right. So I'm just going to leave it like that. This, you see it here, the bottom deck says, take a deep breath. So let's look at this. Find gratitude for this present moment. I can't make this stuff up, y'all. Y'all see how these cards flew out. That's what I'm talking about. Believe it. Believe it. Feel it in your heart. Do you believe this? We're talking about belief systems here. Do you believe this is right for you right now? In the present moment. Don't think about, well, it's going to be right for me in the future. You don't know that. Depending on the choices you make, may not be. Don't get stuck on being perfect right now. Be in the present moment. Do something that brings you joy. Tap into that inner child. What did you like doing when you were a child? Because when you were a child, that's the most authentic, pure place that you can create from. And get the facts first. Know yourself. This is what I feel like. Know yourself enough to know that you are secure with where you are in this present moment and where you are trying to go. Because when you can align with that, that's where you find that true happiness within you. That's when you start walking and aligning with the goals and everything that was meant for you at this moment. And these decisions and choices that you make, continue to think that. You know, align your logic with your intuition. Don't be overly all into your intuition thinking everything is a sign, right? Because sometimes everything is not a sign. Everything is meant to happen a certain way. Don't get it messed up. You know, everything happens for a reason. But when you're a little bit too much into your intuition, sometimes like... sometimes I'm trying to think of an example that is like, all right, that's really not a sign from spirit, but this is what I'm trying to say. If you're in the present moment, you have more substantial reason for what you're doing and where you're acting and what you're trying to do, right? And then you have the trust with the direction and what route you're going and feeling secure within yourself to know, like, all right, spirit is with me. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to discredit anybody's intuition, because again, everything does happen for a reason. But if you are aligned, you're aligned with just enough logic and just enough intuition to really find that balance and that center, to know that, you know, you're in touch with how you feel and you're acting in a way that respects it, okay? So that is my message for the full moon. Work on some chakra activities. Sing a little bit. That raises your vibes. That helps balance your throat chakra as well. And I know people on this channel may be like, well, I can't sing good. It's okay. It's not about performing on stage for somebody. It's about performing for you. It's about allowing that vibration of sound to actually trust it enough to know that that's actually a form of sound therapy, and you are aligning and balancing your throat chakra so other chakras can feel more aligned and in balance as well. All right. And it's also opening up to your truth and your authentic self to know, like, yeah, this is what feels right. You know, this is opening that bridge from your throat chakra to the other higher chakras that really tap in to the divine energy that we all have. So that's all I'd like to say to you. If you'd like a personal reading, please check the link below. My chakra readings that I do personally are similar to this, but a little bit different, because this is a taste of the chakras and how they're affecting us during this full moon. And I also do creative spirit readings that help people that, my fellow creative souls that may be working on a project, maybe working within their business, or other creative energies that they need to figure out what's going on with. So check that out, as well as check out my links for my events that are coming up. And also check out my products, because my products help you, give you that soul care that really can help you align and ask certain questions that can look at certain values and beliefs that you're holding and that you may release, or that you may need to cultivate a little bit more. So that's all I have for you right now. Stay true to yourself. Work on some affirmations too. I am with that Aries energy. That also helps affirmations when you speak them out loud. That also helps balance your throat chakra as well. So if you like these videos like so, please subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. And, comment, like, share, all that jazz. And I'll see y'all next time. Until then, I'm outie. Peace.